How you doing, family? This is ECCSC Live. I'm your host, Tyrone Muhammad. And once again, we have another exciting show. T.O., what's this, your second time on this show?
Second time, bro.
So we got the unbelievable ceasefire, violence interrupter. Y'all know him. T.O. Hardeman. How you doing, T.O.? Say something to the people.
Oh, no. Hello, everybody. It's an honor to be on your show again. I kind of miss being on the show. I've been ripping and running, but this is major.
Listen, bro, we got a lot to talk about.
Right.
We haven't been out here. It's winter.
Yes, indeed.
But this violence is about to turn up. Now, I'm amazed to see so much violence going on in the wintertime. This Chicago, though, it doesn't matter the season, but I'm shocked to see, a lot of drive-by shootings on the highway, a lot of drive-by shootings, period. I guess that's where they're doing it a lot from, since it's cold, the car.
It's the Windy City, Tyrone. This is a tough city, Chicago. Matter of fact, Chicago's the only city in the United States right now that has over 500 or 600 homicides every year. And it makes no sense with all these billions of dollars being spent on policing and violence prevention. That's why I speak up this way, brother, because they're giving guys like Arnie Duncan $80 million. Tenny Gross getting $30 million on the west side of Chicago.
To do what?
To stop the killing in our community. That money should be going to African-American organizations. And when you talk like this is not about, I'm not against no nationality, no particular culture. My thing is speaking up for our people. It's important. $80 million, we can hire every young brother on every corner for the next 30 years.
He don't have time for violence.
He don't have time because we're going to put him to work. We're going to put him to work.
So with that being said, it's like, what do we have to do, man? We just blanketly selected or elected, however you want to call it, a governor. And thank you once again to T.O. T.O. is sick.
Yeah.
He came in, still man his word. He's sick, and he wanted to talk to the people.
Yeah.
And so with that being said, man, what are we to do? We out here, we working with the young fellas, those that we able to reach and touch.
We can reach, right.
And the resources are limited to do as much work as we would like to do. How are we to combat that? What are we to do?
It all comes back down. It comes down to unity, Tyrone, on a higher level.
Yeah.
See, we playing games because everybody going in to get an individual cut. That's killing us because we're not working from a collective anymore.
Yeah.
And it's been this way for a long time. And the proof is when you look at the community. All you got to do, there's no alderman that should be able to hold his head up around 79th and Cottage Grove, 75th and Exchange. How can you actually hold your head up and you see all them abandoned houses, abandoned two-flat buildings, abandoned courtway buildings, boarded up businesses all down the strip? How can you actually hold your head up in your community when you look at Madison and Pulaski, you look at 16th and Lawndale, and you see nothing? And then 50 schools closed down to add insult to injury. And here it is, you say you're a leader and you go downtown or wherever you go and you hold your head up like you really representing the community.
See, that's my thing, right? And you know how I feel about pastors and politicians. I see the reports come out about Ron, and the Laquan McDonald situation of the aldermen that received money to be quiet. On that list was Emma Mitch, Burnett, who? Cochran.
It's been a while since I've seen it.
Yeah, it's a recent list. Even Pat Dow.
Wow.
She's on that list. It's like I posted it on my Facebook page. How is it these people are able to sell us out, usurp money that is allotted for the wards, and give nothing back, no development, nothing in return?
No, nobody's been held accountable. That's how they do it. Seriously, nobody's being held to the table to say, look here, this is not right. What's going on here? Now, if a black man was to do something like conceal or murder or whatever, we going to jail.
No question
and if
about
a black man, then the same black folks that stand up next to other folks that then broke the law, they get a double standard. It's like a double standard.
Yeah.
They get a pass. Let me or you get in some trouble.
Oh, please. I don't have to do number sneeze hard.
Right.
Listen, people, we want to hear from you. 312-738-1060. That's 312-738-1060. Let's hear from you. Please call in, and we would like to hear your concerns, questions, or comments. So, on that light, we got this mayor race coming up, and you know how I ain't gonna even get into the candidates right now. Just saying to you that, man, are we about to lose an opportunity here, brother?
It's possible because what I'm in the process of doing now is trying to bring all the black candidates together to see if we can kind of like land on one candidate to support.
Yeah.
I plan to call that meeting, whether they come or not, but I'm definitely going to call it.
Right.
Because we are definitely in the process of losing an opportunity if we don't unify.
Yeah.
You see, everything's been broken down now. African Americans, 33% of the city, Hispanics, 29%, and, you know, white people like around 32%. So if you have too many black candidates in the race, yes, you in for like a real problem. And then, therefore, we won't be able to secure that seat. And then I'm not ruling out any other candidates that are not black no more.
No,
I'm not ruling them out. You got other candidates running if they get the
Not
best
interest.
platform for a community. But I'm gonna tell you something though. If it's a machine candidate, we're gonna get more of the same of what we've been getting.
Wow.
And that's nothing.
Wow. So in that light, though, we have been getting nothing under the Democratic Party. So if we say it's a machine candidate, and then that to me applies Democrats in Chicago. Now we have a Democratic governor. We have a Mike Madigan been in office and a Democrat and been in power forever, and we haven't had any progress. Now then the mayor, even if the mayor's black, that could be. Can we potentially have no progress even then?
Well, you know,
What is
this how you don't have no progress, bro. When you got people that are in office that cannot relate to the struggles of black folks, whether they black or white, that's how you have no progress. This is really what you say unacceptable. We are in a crisis state in our city. You must understand the gun violence is all by design. We should stop killing each other without a doubt. All the rallying we did to stand up against police brutality and excessive force, a lot of changes have been made. We should put the same energy in stopping the killings in our community.
Right.
So, because once the young brothers stop killing each other and stop selling the dope and poisoning their people, then they will be able to, elevate their minds, and then we all organize as one and change these conditions once and for all. Yeah. It's going to take the next generation. It's going to take brothers like us to help guide, and some sisters to help guide. Because right now, I'm telling you something. This is it. We're going to lose Chicago. This is the last moment in history for black folks in Chicago.
Wow.
180,000 African American people moved out of Chicago over the last 15 years. This is it. And your politicians, your black politicians are not telling you this. This is it.
Man, people, y'all hear this, man. I don't know how alarming that sounds to you, but we have to come together around this up. All politics is local.
Right.
Really, I believe that when you look at the wards and how the vacant lots, the corner stores, see, it's almost like when you look at the people and call them Arabs, it's almost like, man, what is it that they have that we don't have? And we know they have resources.
Right.
And this is my thing about so-called businessmen and aldermen who give these people carte blanche license and even zoning to build and open up businesses in our community without first, man, funding and seeding other businessmen and black African-American black businessmen and organization to fill that void, man.
But Tyrone, just to be straight up with you, it's my true belief system that the brothers were busy putting their money up on packages of dope to sell, while the Arabs is putting their money up on buying more stores.
As a collective.
The Koreans is putting their money up on buying dry cleaners and nail shops. The Indians putting their money up on Dunkin' Donuts and gas stations. Yeah, and black folks putting their money up on the next bag or what they can control on the block. On a new pair of shoes. We become consumers. We're not producers. That's what's killing us. And don't get me wrong, you got black businesses out there, but we should own and operate at least 90% of the businesses in our community to let that money turn around time and time again, that we build the infrastructure of our community. We just, hey, look, I ain't gonna just complain because I'm doing the best I can do to organize, and when I get calls to mediate conflicts, save lives, we do it. Yeah. So, I got young brothers and sisters that run up to me all the time, my man. And, just saying this here, people, I don't know how people gonna take it. I even call myself Captain Black now.
What's that mean?
That means the leader of our people, Captain Black. Right. That's what it means.
Well, brother, also, I noticed you've been very adamant and active on this this Catholic priest issue, the molestation of our children. Yeah. I don't hear us talk about that as often. are Catholic priests or have Catholic priests victimized black boys and girls?
Well, you know they probably, well, put it like this, you know they have. Let's stop playing games. You got a lot of people in third world countries in Africa, you know, Central America that are Catholic, and they don't have a voice. And here in, you know, the United States, all these pedophile, matter of fact, they having a pedophile summit. And I'll just call it like that, a pedophile. I'm a Catholic.
Yeah.
I was raised Catholic, so I'm not knocking the Catholic religion because that's why I was raised. Now I experiment a little bit with Baptist and Islam, but the thing is this. I was born and raised Catholic. My grandparents sent me to Catholic school. So I respect what's being a Catholic, but at the same time, there's a preponderance of evidence that dictates these priests have been getting away with this for over 300, 200 years, since the beginning of the Catholic Church. And when a little boy or a little girl, but mainly these little boys get tampered with, Tyrone, it messes their minds up, messes their heads up and everything. And then are the Catholic priests above the law? How did they get to a point where they're above the law? It's not right.
It seems as though they're above the law. I don't see equal sentencing as it relates to other people who have so-called sex crimes that's outside of the archdiocese or the Catholic Church.
A lot has to be changed, my brother, because if I go around here and mess with a little boy, which that'll never happen, but I'm going to jail.
You're going in instantly.
And then I can say, no, I'm a Muslim, I'm a Catholic. Why y'all take me to jail? Y'all didn't take the priest to jail, but I'm going to jail.
Yeah.
It's not right. It's a double standard.
Yeah.
So do they have their own law within our law? That's the problem.
Well, listen, how do we combat that, man? How do we rally the people around the archdiocese, man, to make them really take a serious account, not just pay? Do we ever see anything, systemic changes that they make? Have they even shown us anything that allows us to believe that the Catholic Church is different?
Oh, they just said last month they had a meeting and they weren't going to bring, they planned not to bring up anything about these actions of some of the priests, okay? They govern, it's like a sovereignty, their own nation, within a nation. And what I'm getting tired of, really, is just not right. And we have to organize, because you do have a black presence in the Catholic Church. A lot of African American kids probably been tampered with.
While T.O. coughing and getting his breath.
That's right.
We got a caller. Caller, come in. Come in, caller. Hello, caller.
How you doing today, brothers? How y'all brothers doing today?
Excellent. Who are we listening to?
Yes, this is brother DC Fly from the West Side.
Okay, DC Fly from the West Side. Comment or suggestion? Any concerns?
Yeah. Yes, actually, I just wanted to talk about what's going on in the black community with all these races outside of our community, where y'all brothers was just talking on. I was wondering, why are other races so able to open up businesses in the black community? I was talking with a friend of mine, and he told me that like, I guess foreigners could come to the country and open up a business tax free 7 years.
I'm not quite sure. Hold on. Thank you, brother, for your call.
Yeah. Well, it's like you got to understand, it's happening time and time again. See, I've been around long enough to remember when you had black businesses in the community. My first job was in a black-owned dry cleaners.
Yes, sir.
On 82nd and Dobson.
Yes, sir.
I remember the guy named today. His name was Bernard, Crosstown Cleaners, and he gave me $20 a day. And then he cleaned my clothes. I stayed sharp. You hear me?
Yeah.
So the point I'm making, that was a black-owned business, and I was a young man growing up in the community. So that was some employment for me, much needed employment. We had black-owned grocery stores. Somewhere along the way, like I said, we become more consumers than producers for whatever reason.
But we had businesses, from what I read in history, during the 60s, from 35th, 47.
Yes.
Bronzeville, we had businesses up and down 35th. It's something from what I hear from other elders, they like the integration kind of destroyed that movement. And I don't know, what that looked like. I wasn't there.
Right.
You got any idea on that?
I do my research on it. A lot of people say segregation was good for our people because we were able to do for self. And when we started really doing for self over in Oklahoma, they bombed Black,
Yeah, Wall Street.
Black Wall Street, we got bombed out. So Compton, all the cities got burnt down, and during the riots when they killed Dr. King. So we got a long way, we got a long way to go, but it's not too late. But if we don't organize our youth, it's over with, because you got a lot of, let me just cut through the chase. You got a lot of pretenders in the game out here. Everybody, see, a lot of people think I always want to be in the media. That's not true. When I talk in the media, I'm talking for the people. What my payoff is when I see young brothers and sisters that respect me, they say, man, I appreciate you, man. You my man. That's my payoff. It's not in the media's eye. My payoff is when a young brother didn't have no hope. He seen me speak, now he got some hope.
Right. Because everything we do is not in the media or Facebook. It's impossible to even record everything.
Exactly. That's what I'm
all
talking
the progress, and plus it wouldn't be wise to anyway. And that with that being said, I just think about the social conditioning, man, the inferiority complex that we have that other races don't. Meaning that slavery and what that entails has played a major role in how we are still today. I mean, 400-500 years later, the effects of slavery.
Well, Malcolm X talked about that even back in his day, which is true today. Malcolm X talked about, when the master got sick, the slave would say, we sick. Not just the master said, we sick. And the field brother and the house brother, they picked up automatic resentments against each other. So therefore, in the modern day world of 2019, if you drive a nice car, got some nice clothes, the brother that's on the corner, he may not have that. He pick up resentments against you, but he don't even know the struggle you went through to get what you got.
Yeah.
You probably was just like him. You just applied yourself. Jealousy, enviness is really hurting us as a people as well.
So listen, I want to get back on that point if we have time today. If not, we'll get back on that subject another time. Caller, come in, caller. Thank you for calling.
Hello.
Hello, how you doing, caller? What's your name?
Oh, I'm Simon Shelton.
What do you say?
All right, from Southside.
What do you say?
Listen, I happened to stroll across the TV, and I like what I heard from you brothers. I commend you, brother.
Thank you.
But listen, I go back to the days when black people really had every neighborhood was basically black owned, black store, black cleaners, black laundromat, like everything. What happened is the same thing that happened, I feel as though, when blacks came to America. We build this America up and let it slip away by being outnumbered, for one thing. Now, I'm an entertainer, not a big entertainer. I'm on this Tempting Tommy culture. But we had all the music in Chicago.
Yes, we did. All the jazz, all the R&B.
Oh, yes, we did. We had every club. If you played for free, at least there was a live band there. Now, you have Mr. Green on 54th and Damon. The Taste them closed down. I can go on and on with that. But how did we let our music, which no one else can perform and do as we can, how did we let that slip away?
Thank you, sir, for your call, and I appreciate that. T.O., you think you can sing?
Yeah, I'm singing a little bit.
So, man, he mentioned how do we let our music slip away? I think we let the music slip away the same way we let everything else slip away. When you have no values, when you have no morals, no folkways, no norms, no culture, no identity, then people come in and step in place of you and take over your identity, your culture, and profit off of that which you discard of.
It happens all the time. One thing I like about the young rappers of today's world, they control probably 99% of their music, the rights to their music. Not all of them.
Right.
Like a Master P. multi-millionaire. He could control everything about him.
Jay-Z,
Even in James Brown, even
all of them, yeah.
way before their time, James Brown controlled 90% of his music.
Yeah.
You see, so he laid down the pathway for them. Now, for the most part, Ray Charles, Prince fought to get his music. You know, when he got it, he ended up dying.
Yeah.
So, you know, a lot of people have stood up to the system, but when you out here broke and you get a record deal, and you're going to go for that record deal.
Is that the same thing that's happening in the community?
In the community, right.
So we broke, we hurting, we take chances, we take risks, and we throw our integrity out the window. We have another caller. Caller, come in.
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing, brother? We good. What's your name and where you from?
I'm from the South Side, man. I was watching the program here. I got a lot of respect for you fellas on there talking about what you're talking about. But you guys want to give everybody a bad name that opens up stores in your community. But Reverend Jackson owns liquor stores, and Reverend Jackson, no one says nothing to him.
I don't know about that one. I don't know about that
Reverend
one.
Jesse Jackson from Operation Push.
So you own? Do you own a liquor store in the community?
I do not.
Who you know own the liquor store in the community?
I mean, I know 10 people that have stores, but I'm watching you on here talk about these people coming into the community, and you guys are talking about slavery 400 years ago. 99% of the African Americans, who's the best athlete? African American.
Yeah, I get you, but this is what I want to say to you, brother.
Construction, black-owned general contractor, biggest on the South Side.
Who is that?
Ujama Construction.
Yeah. Okay.
Biggest on the South Side, black-owned.
But I think
Well,
go ahead.
Let us address some of those issues you're talking about real quick. Thank you for calling, and we can, if you want to further talk about those issues, I'll be happy to have that conversation with you. You can leave the operator your number and your name, and I'd be glad to have that discussion with you even further. Even you, we can even come on the show and we can talk about that.
That's cool.
Thank you, brother, for calling. Yeah. Listen.
Well, the thing I want to say, I think the caller kind of got us confused. See, I don't have a issue. See, my thing is, I'm looking at my people. Why we don't own the stores?
Exactly.
I can't knock them from coming in, opening up stores. They see a void.
Exactly.
They filling a void.
Yes.
So we can't knock them for that. But if it was my preference, we would own our own businesses.
Right.
That's our fault, not their fault. So I want to make that clear to the caller, so won't nobody be confused. Because all calls are welcome. So that brothers
and caller, if you know who I am, Tyrone Muhammad, ECCSC, I don't give nobody a pass. See, that's one reason I don't give you a pass. Not the black preacher, not the white preacher, not the black businessman, not the white businessman, not the black politician, not the white politician. Check me out and you'll see that I'm an equal opportunity kicker in your butt. That's what I am. But on top of that, sir, I have the right to be concerned with an outsider come in my neighborhood and sell my people bad goods, sell my people liquor in an already demoralized, dysfunctional environment and community. And then furthermore, the same people who come and suck the breast of the disenfranchisement of our people are the same people who don't put 10, 15, or 20% back in the community. And if they're Arabs, they know about Zakat. They have a Holy Quran. They know what that means. They usurp the funds from our community with all the violence going on in the community, and they never seek to repair that which they've enriched themselves from. So that's my issue, bro. And they sit paraphernalia that allows our children to be attracted to and pick up bad habits. Look at every one of them stores. They got weed paraphernalia where our children, blunts and weed that our children get caught up in. So that's one issue. Another issue is this. They are afforded opportunities that we are not afforded even today in 2019. We are not afforded certain opportunity for loans and banks. I mean, it's just not happening. It's still not happening. I think that's our fault, because even the banks should be shut down in our community. They shouldn't even allow to exist in our community if they don't fund small businesses and operation. Why is it that the Arab, why is it that the Dunkin' Donuts, the Subway, or the hair shop, or the nail salon, the nail shop, or the beauty supply store, why aren't we owning those, having those opportunities? It's not because we don't want those opportunities. I believe the resources are not there, the funding are not there, and we can be educated on the proper method and manner of business. So, man, I welcome that conversation. I can have that with you all day. T.O., in closing, would you like to tell the people?
I just want the brother that just called, studied the history of Nat Turner. I'm asking you to do that. Study the history of the Haitian Revolution. So, we don't see, slavery was real, Tyrone.
Yeah, it's real.
It was real. We can't just sweep it under the rug. We still need reparations here. We're not looking for a handout. Our ancestors helped build this country. So we're not going to play games like slavery wasn't real. A lot of people, they talk about the Holocaust all the time.
Yeah.
People talk about,
don't never let you forget it.
Right, never let you forget it. So I don't have anything against nobody, but I'm a descendant of African-American slaves and African slaves, and I want to make sure my people are represented the proper way on a higher level.
And in closing, I'm not going to let you forget slavery until you repair that which you destroy. Your people benefit off of free labor. Those people, the people of America that's in control, the system, benefited off free labor, and we still feeling the effects of that. So regardless to what anybody say, that's not going to move me for standing on the economic opportunity and the rights and justice and transparency for our community. Violence, we have to stop that ourselves, I believe. We're hurting each other more than anybody else is hurting us. So I hold us accountable more than anything. So be on the lookout. We got an ECCSC mayoral forum coming up soon. So that's on the, we setting it for the 17th of this month, February, 17th of February, ECCSC mayoral forum soon. So be posted for the date and time. Thank you for tuning in, and we appreciate you. Call in next week. Peace.